Hello and welcome to Ninqueso Live, episode 30. I am El Queso, and I am joined by my co-host, the fluffy Kelly, who is sat on my desk and run away. And also Miss Bree.
Thanks, Bestie.
You're welcome. How are you today?
You know what? I'm really good, actually. I did have the vaccine a couple of days ago, and although, as you know, I don't drink, I had a hell of a hangover for 2 days, and then woke up this morning feeling good.
Oh, dear.
I'm all good.
But at least you've had the vaccine. And, okay, welcome CC Sports. Welcome, Gemma. And Gemma, thank you so much for the bits. I have turned off the noise now, so you're not going to hear it again.
Gemma, nice to have you along. Hope you've had a good day.
Right.
Bit of chat. That'd be nice.
A bit of what? What did you say?
Bit of chat to us.
Bit of
nice.
chat.
Yeah.
And hello, Barlett, as well.
Oh, hello, Barlett.
Oh, and a public service announcement for Barlett. Tangy is on her way.
Okay, all right.
You're like, I don't understand what that means. It's an amiibo card.
What?
It's an amiibo card. Oh, my border isn't in the right place. There we go. It's like, I've already got... You scan the amiibo cards into Animal Crossing, and you can invite that villager to your island, and then they can live there. So I've already got Tangy on my island, so I posted her it so she'd get Tangy on her island. Because I'm nice. I'm nice like that. I'm nice like that.
Well, you're a bit nice. You're not always nice.
So what you been up to?
I'm down at my place.
Down in that there London. Oh no.
Yeah, that's where I'm registered with my GP at my apartment in London. So when they called me for vaccination, I had to come back down here. Now, as you know, because of various different lockdowns and stuff, I only actually came to my apartment 4 times last year.
Yeah.
Enjoying it although it was very dusty when I got here. But as people know from previous...
as people know who play Animal Crossing, you probably had a lot of cockroaches in your flat, because that's what happens when you don't go to your home for a few days. You get cockroaches and you have to move all the furniture and stand on them.
Is that right?
That is right.
You know, I have heard that some cockroaches were spotted on the 9th floor.
Oh no.
Building, but obviously I'm on the 10th floor, so I'm hoping they don't sort of like crawl up.
Well, you know, if they go with gravity, they're going to go down to the 8th.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
It's like easier for them to go down than up.
So I think there's some people, because of lockdown, who've been storing food on their balcony. So that's attracted them, but they've had the pest controllers in. Sort of that. But anyway, what I was going to say is I have my own Xbox.
You do. You don't have to share it with the boyfriend.
So there's been Major League Gaming going on, and I've made the mistake of picking up a Stone of Berenzia.
That's not a mistake.
Now I've got to go and find all 32 of the rest of them, and I've just gone straight for the cheat sheet, and I've downloaded a list of all the locations.
If you're using mods, there's a mod that will bring up the location markers for them.
It does put that on the map, doesn't it?
Yes. So that'll make it easier.
I probably should download the mod and just install that, and then that'll help me out. But apart from that, I've, as I said last week, I downloaded What Remains of Edith Finch.
Yep.
And I've been playing that.
Have you finished playing it?
Oh, God, I've so enjoyed it.
It's
one of those games, it's very narrative-led, and it's kind of like... you follow it through. I don't think you didn't like it because it's a little bit creepy. I didn't say
I didn't like it. I loved it. What do you mean I didn't like it?
I think it's like games as art, because it's just beautiful. Every part of it is beautiful, even though it is a little bit weird.
Yeah, very weird. But I like weird games.
Parts of it are a bit sad as well. Some of it is troubling. That's all I can say. For those who just want to download it and play it, we won't spoil it for you. Some of it is disturbing.
I think a lot of people in my chat have actually watched me play it on stream, because I did stream it not long ago. So I know some of them have seen it. But yeah, it's a very like story-driven game, so you can't really say too much about it. But
I found it soothing, to be honest. I really, really enjoyed playing it. It's not a very long game. It finishes in about 4 hours, but I did find it sort of like great. I did enjoy it because it's completely different from some of the other stuff that we've played. So
it is, and if you've got Game Pass, it's free.
That's right. So download it on Boyp's Game Pass, and he really liked it. So I said, "Oh, go out the room, and then you can play it, yourself later." Because I think he was quite interested in sort of like a game playing mode. He has actually downloaded the next season of Warzone, so he's killing zombies as we speak. Normally, I don't let him play when I'm streaming the podcast because he takes up all the bandwidth. So I presume right now, because I'm on my own fibre optic at home, that he's going wild killing the zombies. So he's quite enjoying that, and he's getting better. So yeah, that's been my week. What have you been
your week. I started a new game on Sunday. I buy new. It came out November last year. Yakuza Like a Dragon, which is it's a traditional RPG, like a turn-based RPG, but it's set in like modern day Japan, and I'm enjoying it so far. I've not done much. I've only done like 4 hours into it, so I'm only really just getting into the whole meat of the story. But essentially, you play like a low-level grunt in the Yakuza clan, who ends up doing like 18 years in prison because somebody else murdered someone. So they ask you, can you do the time for them? So you did, and then you get out, and then everything's changed. Like the leader of your clan has like betrayed the family and joined a different family, and now you're like, what's going on? Ah! And it's great because he's been in for 18 years. It's like we had to find someone to give me smartphone lessons, so I knew how to use the smartphone.
I'm disturbed by the premise of this, voluntarily doing 18 years in prison.
Yes, it's like because he felt he owed the leader of the thing a debt because he took him. It's like he was like a young street thug, and he just threw this guy's name out when he was like picked up by these people and was like, yeah, like, oh, I know such and such. So then they actually called up the boss, and the boss came down there and cut his own finger off as like to get this guy back. So he felt a debt. So when this 18 years in prison came up, he was like, I would love to do it. I've been waiting for this moment all my life just so I can pay you back. But then they forgot about him while he was in prison. But it's silly as well. It's like at the moment I'm on a mission where I have to like find loose change from under vending machines.
Which is something we do commonly, really.
Yeah. But even though it's a turn-based RPG, it's like it looks like an action game, like if you were to look at it, because you select a thing and the guy runs over and just like punches him in the face, and it's not just like a tune. But no, I'm really enjoying it.
Out of 10 so far.
Well, I've only played it for 4 hours, but I am really enjoying it. So yeah, it's nice, it's good. But that's the only new game I've been playing. Been continuing with like Zelda, the Ocarina of Time, the Master Quest, which is tricky. It's like, it just throws you. It's like, I don't remember this, but because all the dungeons have been changed up for the Master Quest.
Okay.
But apart from that, just my general sort of games and Fall Guys and stuff, really. And here comes the catch. Here comes the catch. Here comes the cat again. And the cat started to like get on the desk whenever I stream. She like hears me talking and she's like, I want to be part of that.
Yeah, of course.
So she's here now.
Shall we do the quick news?
Should we dive into the quick news? The kind of news we don't really want to talk about, but we feel we should mention.
That's the
Why
kind.
not? Quick news. The kind of news you don't want to talk about, but we feel we should mention. Are here right now. That's not a very good tune, but we'll do something like that. Okay. The Wii U has received its first system firmware update since 2018. Nothing too exciting, just some stability issues and things like that. But yeah, Nintendo have updated the Wii U system. So if you've got a Wii U, get it updated now. Xbox executives have no plans for a major event with world premieres anytime soon. And there was rumours going around that there was going to be like some big Xbox event this month, but they've said, no, there isn't. There'll be one.
I still think there could be.
There'll be one once the deal with Bethesda goes through, and they'll be like, they're all ours. Yakuza Like a Dragon has a free PS5 upgrade, is now available. Stardew Valley is celebrating its 5th anniversary. And there will be no new Need for Speed there isn't going to be a new Need for Speed game this year because Criterion is shipped over to help out with Battlefield 6. And Sony is going to unlock the PS5 storage extension sometime this summer.
Sometime this summer.
Just this summer. So that's any time from June till the end of September. And we have got the March PlayStation Plus games have been revealed, and let's just say they're slightly better than we're talking about Microsoft, like a lot better than Microsoft. The video's loading. Why is it taking so long to load? Silly laptop. We are getting, I think the big one is Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, that's what I was going to pull up, actually.
You know, if you've not played that, apparently it's good. I've never played it. I've never played the original Final Fantasy VII, though, so I've got no nostalgia for it. If you've got PlayStation VR, you can get Farpoint. I don't think this video is going to load. It just keeps going round and round. Yep. And Remnant from the Ashes are your PlayStation games this month. And yeah, if you've got PlayStation Plus, definitely give them a try. Especially Final Fantasy VII. I've heard lots of good things about that. Yeah. Even though you will need a PlayStation 5 for the sequel to Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so they're the games that are coming out this month on PlayStation Plus, and I think they definitely beat Microsoft. I can't even remember what Microsoft was giving out, really. It was just
that
like
exciting.
awful.
We have no memory of it. Oh dear.
Yes. So that's the quick news.
The main news.
The main news. We shall. And first up, the 2021 BAFTA Game Awards the nominees have been announced.
And the nominations are okay. So there is just an awful lot of this, isn't there?
There is.
What we decided was just to pick out.
There's like 3 in the A as well: animation, artistic achievement, audio achievement, best game. Should we just start with best game?
Yeah, start with best game. So there's Animal Crossing: New Horizons, Ghosts of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life, The Last of Us Part 2, and Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. So these are the usual suspects, really. There's no big surprises there.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think is going to get this?
Down to a battle between Animal Crossing and Ghosts of Tsushima.
I don't think it'll be Animal Crossing. I think it's just going to be a straight down. For me, I think it'll be a battle between Ghosts of Tsushima and Last of Us 2.
Okay.
That's what I would say. I would say probably Ghosts of Tsushima. I mean, I've only ever played out of these. Animal Crossing is the only one I've played, so it's kind of hard to sort of judge it. I've just noticed over here though, best British game. Have you noticed what's there? We got Fall Guys is nominated for best British game. That should,
wait, what?
That should win definitely. What do you mean what? Fall Guys is a British game. What else?
Well, no game is specifically British. They're all, huge collaboration. Let's be honest.
God, Fall Guys is everywhere. Fall Guys is also in. I like Fall Guys. If you didn't know, is also in the best evolving game, best family game. Fall Guys is in. Animal Crossing is going to win best family game. Let's not lie there. Just looking at that. Animal Crossing is quite all over the place as well.
Nominated in game design.
Game design, yes. Yeah, Animal Crossing is there. Astro's Playbot. Is that Hades? I'm doing it just from the pictures, trying to guess what the game is. Looks like The Last of Us and 2 other things that I can't tell. Is there any other categories you want to sort of...
I do. I want to Game of the Year. What's going to be Game of the Year? So let's put up a poll. Okay? Sort the poll out, bestie.
Oh, man. What, Game of the Year?
Here are the nominations for Game of the Year. We have got Animal Crossing, Call of Duty Warzone, Ghosts of Tsushima, Hades, Last of Us Part 2, and Valorant.
That's the problem when I type stuff. We get stuff like that happening.
I enjoy it.
This is why I need a Stream Deck.
So we're gonna have a poll, guys. We're going to get you to vote on what you think is going to win.
Yeah, I'm just not that quick.
This year. So it's the EE Game of the Year this year, and I'd just like to say they're going to put up my mobile plan, and I'm leaving unless you give me a discount. Just mentioning that while I'm saying.
They're putting mine up on Virgin as well. I'm not sure I'm allowed to say that word though, because I think it's a banned word on Twitch.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's one of those words you're not meant to say.
All right. So just to say that one more time, Animal Crossing, Call of Duty Warzone, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Last of Us Part 2, and Valorant. They are the nominations for Game of the Year. So we're going to get you to vote on what you think should win.
And we'll bring you those results after the news. Yeah, I'm typing as fast as I can.
Barlet, I think, was going to go for Animal Crossing.
Okay. We are going to... No, we don't get Slime Climb song on this one. That's fine. I had to press B. Right. I'm not going to allow additional votes on this, and we're going to set this for 10 minutes. And we'll have the results at the end.
Okay, right. We've already got a couple of votes for Animal Crossing, I think. But our household is gonna vote for Warzone.
Well,
I'll notice actually you didn't include that update that I sent you for Warzone.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We'll touch upon that if you want. We'll touch upon it if you want. It would just be in the quick news anyway, really, wouldn't it? Okay.
I guess so.
The votes are up. People can vote. We'll come back to that after the main news, and we'll see what's what. It's going to be Animal Crossing with my viewers. Really?
Well, vote. Yeah, I need to vote for Warzone. Anyway, so what entertained me about this was they nominated Cyberpunk 2077 for artistic achievement.
Really?
Yes.
Fair enough. Such strange things. It's an achievement of delusion.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if you've got like a PC that costs you about 10 grand, it runs pretty well. It's just like the PS4 and stuff that are really, really bad. Yeah. Come on, we need to get through a podcast without mentioning Cyberpunk.
I know, right? It's bad. I'm just going to change the subject just slightly. I don't have my mug with me, so I've got my secondary mug.
Why have you got a Krispy Kreme donut mug? Why don't I have a Krispy Kreme donut mug?
This is my free mug that I got for buying so many donuts. I really do think that Krispy Kreme should sponsor us.
I'd happily wear like Krispy Kreme branding while doing this, eating donuts.
You know what? I would do it naked, painted in the Krispy Kreme brand.
No, please don't. Please don't. Don't say things like that on stream. Don't say things like that on stream, because you know what will happen.
We're not putting a poll up on that one.
No.
Thanks. I like my mug.
Right, moving on.
Hang on.
Now, I'm a little bit sceptical about this one. You know, after thinking about it. I mean, it's good. It's but I do think it's kind of more like a PR stunt. Just to kind of counteract. Just kind of to counteract what J.K. Rowling has been saying over the past sort of few months and things. But Hogwarts Legacy, that is coming out next year, is reportedly including the ability to create transgender characters.
Yeah. So apparently this is there's an in-depth character creator which separates the voice, the body, and the gender options. And this is from the development team at Avalanche Studios.
Yes. So, oh my God, that's me again. My fault. Sorry.
So this game's going to launch in 2022 sometime.
Yeah.
Now, the reason for your skepticism, we should just mention, is J.K. Rowling has, well, let's just say she's not exactly pro-trans. Some of the stuff that she's said really is quite disturbing, and she's faced quite the backlash for it. Not only that, Troy Leavitt has been very anti-feminist, and he played a bit of a role in Gamergate, and he's been speaking out against some of the social justice pages on YouTube, and so for that reason, people are feeling like this is either publicity stunt or it's just basically not true. I mean, things are still in development, so it could change. Definitely, you know, us as a brand, we're for everybody. We are very inclusive. We're
very welcoming. We want everyone to be happy and be part of and to feel welcome. Doesn't matter who you are.
You know, for me, this is quite it's quite close to my heart, because I was one of the weird kids, and when I say weird, I say that with affection. Is that as a little girl, I didn't play with Barbies. I actually read comic books, and all my best friends in my lifetime have been boys. And I've never particularly felt that I, you know, fitted in to that particular gender roles. It's not who I am. I had an action man, you know. I did actually have a superhero alter ego when I was a little girl. I used to wear a cape and boots and walk the mean streets fighting crime. But, for me, it's like I understand that need to express yourself as something sort of like that doesn't fit in to those particular categories. So I'm all for this. I'm all for it. I don't believe anybody should be put in a slot. And, for me, I was very disappointed in what J.K. Rowling said. And if this goes ahead, I buy it on the grounds of, it's a step forward.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've read into this, it's not so much it's like, oh, they're especially developing like the ability to create a transgender class. It's more there's no limit to saying if you've got a male body, you have to have masculine voices with it. You can use any of the voices onto that character, and you can say what dorm they're going to go in. Like, it doesn't matter if you make a very masculine person, you can still say they identify as a female, as a witch, as they put it, and not a wizard. So you'll be in the witches' dorms and things. So
so you just create what you want. You call it what you want.
Mean,
and that
to be fair, they have to do something. I know they came out a few couple of months ago and kind of said, look, J.K. Rowling has got nothing to do with the game, although she is going to be getting money from it. Let's be real, because it's her franchise. So they've been in development on this. The rumours of this game came out a few years ago before this kind of like kicked up. So you can understand why they're concerned, because I know people personally who loved Harry Potter and now, are stepped away from it because of what J.K. Rowling has said in the part, has said, and her views and things. And they don't want to support her for that. So I can understand why this game is a little bit like the developers are a bit concerned, because this is going to eat into like their potential sales. It will still sell, but there's going to be a big proportion of people that won't support this because they don't want to support JK
because of the huge development costs.
Yes,
you need to maximise your income from this because there's stiff competition and the development costs are high, so you cannot afford to cut out some of your demographic.
Yeah, and like you say, this is like the development studio, although they're making the property that she owns, they aren't connected with her in any way. They don't share the same views. They're just kind of like, they must be like very worried now about how this game is actually going to perform. And this is like a leaked thing. They sort of, it was a source that gave the story to Bloomberg. Didn't want to be identified because they weren't allowed to say this. But I do think it is a bit of more than that. It is a bit of a PR stunt. I think they did it. They plan to do that sort of just to try and I think we're going to hear more and more things like this in the lead up to the game, to try and say, no, look, our game, it is, we do support people. We do support people from all races, genders, and everything. Do you know what I mean? But
I'm very much sort of, I think as time goes on, the way people regard things, what's right and what's wrong changes over time, and for me, and, I'm Bestie, we're a little bit older, so we've seen changing attitudes, but it's disappointing when you see people like J.K. Rowling, who are not supportive of individuals over time. When she originally wrote the books, she was categorized as one of the outcasts of society. I remember what it was like when I had my daughter, and, single parent families were, we were born of Satan, to be quite honest. And as time's gone on, things change. So really, I would expect her to keep up with the times. But, for me, she really let herself down so badly that something had to be said to bring it back, even though, it's weird because this whole issue, you do get called woke and a bit of a snowflake and those things for pointing out that people can identify as whatever they like. It's really about people being happy, and if it's no skin off your nose, what's the problem with that?
Exactly. If what people are doing doesn't affect you, then who cares? Absolutely, who cares what other people identify with? Who cares what other people do with their genitals? It doesn't make any difference as long as they ask me first. if I want to take part, that's fine. If they don't ask, then there's an issue. But whatever they do in their own home with their own people that they care about, it doesn't matter. How does it affect you? It doesn't. People
and there's not enough love in the world, so I want to see more of that.
Exactly. Promote what you love, and just, you know, and if you don't like something, just let it be. Be happy that other people enjoy that.
Scroll on by, dudes. Scroll on by.
Just ease on down the road.
Love it.
Right.
Right.
This is going to be quite a quick one, because I haven't even watched this yet, because I've got no interest in it whatsoever. And after seeing the games that were revealed at the last State of Play, I've still got no interest in this whatsoever. Right. So Sony had a State of Play where they were going to be talking about 10 games, and apparently they hit the nail on the head and they got 10 games. So, yeah, the first up, we got, like, they announced that Crash Bandicoot 4 is now going to have a PS5 update. The game's been out for ages. There was some Five Nights at Freddy's footage, like a 3D horror game with teddy bears. I don't get it. Dodgeball, like a dodgeball game, Knockout City, which we saw at the Nintendo Direct, that got revealed up on the thing as well, and that doesn't look good. I think that's going to be an online game that just crashes and disappears from society. Deathloop had a new trailer. I did actually see the Deathloop trailer, and I've got no interest in the game. It's actually a Bethesda game that's exclusive to PS5. So I think that's the most interesting thing. Is it's like, once Microsoft has Bethesda, is it going to just be a timed exclusive, or will it remain exclusive to PS5? We got Solar Ash. I don't really know what that one is. Oh no, I need this mouse. It's confusing. I've got two computers here. Right, let's have a look at Solar Ash. This is Solar Ash. It's a stylized sort of PS4, PS5 game. Let's just jump into it. Okay. Yeah, you know, maybe not. Who knows? What else did we get? Oddworld, Soulstorm, which we've seen quite a few times already. Returnal, which is, I think, after Ratchet and Clank. Is it coming out before Ratchet? No, it's coming out before Ratchet and Clank. That's our PlayStation 5's next game. Saifu, which I have no idea what that is. Kena, which again, I don't really know what that is. And Final Fantasy VII Remake is a PS5 version coming out with a bonus episode only on the PS5 version. So you need to be lucky to get that PS5 version. I think Kena actually looks okay, if I remember rightly. Yeah, Kena looks like my sort of game. So, yeah, this is Kena. It's got, like, cute things in it.
Oh, this is you all over, Bestie.
It is, isn't it? Look at the little cute thing climbing up her leg, about to eat her face off. And apparently this is only going to be a $40 game as well. It's not going to be like a full, really, really expensive. But I don't think there's much gameplay footage. I think this is all like pre-rendered stuff at the moment. Definitely doesn't look like gameplay to me.
No.
So yeah, I was very underwhelmed. I didn't watch it live, and then I kind of like saw the reactions to it. I was like, I can't even bother to watch it. Was there anything you took away from the PlayStation?
No, I had a quick scan through. As you said before, there's a lot of stuff that's come out before.
Yeah, there wasn't anything. I don't think there was anything new, was there?
No.
So, yeah, I mean, I apologise. I mean, I like Nintendo. Miss Brie likes Xbox. We need someone on the panel that likes PlayStation just to even it out, but we don't have them, so, you know. Kelly, do you like PlayStation? No, she goes, no. She sits down in front of chat, so I can't see. Right. That was a very informative look at the PlayStation event. That's why you come to us for the good news. Moving on. Yes, Square Enix has are in development. Several Square Enix remakes are in development at Polish studio Forever Entertainment. And that's like interesting because like Square Enix is the RPG kings. They've made so many RPGs that people are just like, whoa, what games are these going to be?
So this is going to be existing sets, existing game quests, which are going to get new graphic design, but it's going to be consistent with the original versions, is what they're saying. So It's basically just an update. Now, there's a little bit of speculation about this. Most people sort of like fall between two camps, and I can see where this is. So it's either going to be Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy.
I would like Dragon Quest. I've just finished playing Dragon Quest 11, and I've got that urge that I'd quite like to play some more Dragon Quest games, but it's not easy. Most of them are on handheld. Like I think Dragon Quest 8 is on PlayStation 2, which I probably could do if I got hold of it. But so many of them on like the DS and things. So I think updating the handheld ones for me, I think would be a very, very smart thing to do, because it will give a new lease of life. People will be able to like stream them easily as well, which will just, you know, people watch streamers and they see the game and then they're like, actually, that looks quite interesting. I might go and get that. Whereas when it's all handheld, it just adds another layer of an issue to try and get things streamed. So personally, I would like Dragon Quest, some of them games, to be remade. But I
some people are saying Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
Did Square Enix make the original Tomb Raider? I know they're like involved. Do they hold? I think they do the newer ones, don't they? So I guess they might have the license for the older ones, but I wouldn't care about Tomb Raider. Yeah, I never got into Tomb Raider. I never liked that tank control. It's an awkward one. I mean, the thing is, there are so many it could be. It's a very, very broad spectrum of games. So I think it's just a kind of time will tell kind of thing. Keep your eyes peeled.
Best Final Fantasy, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, but which ones? And they've already like remade some of them on the mobile devices as well, like the earlier ones. But I mean, they have the Dragon Quest as well, because Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 they remade on mobile, which you can get on Switch as well.
Yeah. Well, we will see.
We will find out. We will find out. So
the next story is one for you.
It is, because not only did we get a very mediocre, I'm sorry if you really enjoyed it, in that case I'll change the word from mediocre to amazing, PlayStation State of Play, we also got a Pokemon Presents. And at that 20-minute Pokemon Presents, 5 minutes of it was, a quarter of the Pokemon Presents was, look what we've done in the past. There was like a 5-minute video at the start. We got some news on Pokemon Snap, which looks amazing, and I definitely want to get. But then we got like 2 new announcements. So we are getting a remake of Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl, which came out on the DS. And they are sticking with the very, very kind of traditional graphics of what the DS had, which is very polarizing, obviously, on the internet, because no one is happy for everything. There's always people that are like, oh my God, this is rubbish. What? They should have done more to it. Personally, I love the art style. I love the way it looks. And it is kind of like they have just taken the DS version and just plopped it into 3D. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. Diamond and Pearl are pretty good games. I think it's like Brilliant Diamond and something else Pearl. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Shining Pearl.
Yeah, and now the problem is, which one do I get? But yeah, so this was announced, which is coming out at the end of this year. So this will be their November game, I imagine, just in time for my birthday.
Is that a hint, Bestie?
That is a hint. But I think the bigger story of this was Pokemon Legends Arceus that was announced, which appears to be the first ever true 3D Pokemon game. Now,
this is an open world, apparently.
Yes, this kind of blew my mind. It's set in like ancient Pokemon times, so it's kind of like is it feudal Japan? Is that the time era that I'm...
Yeah, they're calling it Sinnoh.
Yeah, well, it's a Sinnoh region. It's set in the same region as Diamond and Pearl, which is Sinnoh. But basically, it's like feudal Japan. So it's set and the quest is to make the first ever Pokédex, and it's kind of like a mixture of Pokemon and Breath of the Wild, and the Pokemon just run around, and it blew my mind when you see the little character like creeping through the grass and in real time throwing a Pokeball to catch them. It was just like, oh my god, this could be so good. Like, here we go, look, actual throwing a Pokeball.
An immersive experience, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of issues with this trailer, but the thing is, this game is not out till 2022, so this is probably a very early build. Some of the Pokemon were running in really slow frame rates in the trailer, but again, it's like, I don't think that's going to happen. I think that will be improved for the final release.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm really excited for this. It's taking Pokemon in a new direction, and I think, I mean, the Diamond and Pearl remake, Game Freak can't even remake it themselves. They've handed that off to a third-party developer because obviously all of their resources are making this one. So yeah, I'm hopeful that this could be good. I mean, I enjoy Pokemon games. I liked Pokemon Sword and Shield. They were good games. Let's Go was a good game. So these are going to be good. I'm going to like them. So nah.
Your level of excitement is really quite
leave
high,
some hate in the comments. I dare you. Boost the algorithm. All comments are good for the algorithm.
Yeah.
Right. So that was basically all there was then. The next one. This is an odd one. This sort of only came out. It's like PlayStation is to remove the movies, being able to buy movies and rentals from their PlayStation store. I've never even been in that section of the PlayStation store. I've seen it recommending movies, but I've never even looked, because why would I watch a movie? Why would I buy movies on my PlayStation? That's a gaming machine.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem, isn't it? Is people are not using it for that, and where they want to concentrate on is.
Yeah, so this is being removed August 31st, 2021. So you've got till then to buy your movies. Use it once.
You will no longer have the ability to purchase.
Yes,
anything that you have already purchased will still be available for you.
Yeah,
to watch.
you'll still be able to, like, if you've already bought them before August 31st, they will still be there for you to watch. They're not just going to disappear, because that would be harsh. But yes, you will no longer be able to buy movies from August 31st on the PlayStation store. And do you know what? I'm fine with that, because I've never even looked at purchasing a movie on the PlayStation store, because, why would you fill your disk drive up with that when you have to have, like, Warzone? Because you bought a story, didn't you? You bought a story that didn't include about...
You didn't include it. Yeah. So,
Bring the story.
Yeah, so the new update for Warzone is more than you can store on your PS4.
Yes. It's not just Warzone. It's Warzone. It's two other games as well. It's not just Warzone. It's Cold War as well. Warzone. Was there one other game in the list?
Yeah, so it's the update, including the new season on the zombie pack.
Yes.
For,
Cold.
So basically, all of that exceeds 500 gig.
Exactly. I mean, I've got a theory. You love my theories.
Oh, I love a good bestie theory.
Their theory. Obviously, Warzone is a game to service. They need people on the servers playing. So they're like, if we make the game really big, they're not going to be able to keep other free-to-play games on their system. So they're more likely to play our game. Because if your PlayStation 4 is filled with Warzone, and then you've got to uninstall that and then install Fortnite to have a go on Fortnite, you're probably going to be like, do you know what? I'm just going to play Warzone. That's my theory. They're artificially bumping up the gigabytes so that people don't have so many games on their consoles, so they're more likely to play their game.
It has always been big, though, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. It has.
So I'm enjoying your conspiracy theory.
Oh, it's a good conspiracy theory.
Always been massive.
Right. The next story is like I think it's the biggest story we've ever covered on Ninqueso. live. And I'm saying that seriously. We're not going to suddenly reveal, oh look, here's a Pokemon sleeping bag or anything. Mediatonic, the company that made Fall Guys, is being brought by Epic Games, the people behind Fortnite. So yes, that's interesting. I mean, I am hopeful. The thought of Fall Guys, but with Fortnite money, you know, fills me with like a lot of hope. As long as they leave Mediatonic alone to carry on doing what they're doing, I think this is a very good thing for Fall Guys.
Well, the big worry in the games world about this is a lot of people are saying the same thing, is Epic, you know, hoovering up the small indie producers. People are very concerned about it. Although, you know, I've seen, you know, people saying, oh, maybe they'll get the same support to Rocket League. So you'll get account systems and like cross-play.
That's what I'm like I was saying, when it comes out, it's still definitely coming out on the Switch and the Xbox. Once it's there, with Epic behind them, like that cross-play, cross-progression as well, so that you'll be able to use your account on any of the systems and it will be the same account. So hopefully I'll be able to merge my PlayStation 4 account with my Steam account.
Be honest, you know, Epic are the biggest rival to Steam, right?
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah, it's not going to affect Fall Guys on Steam. It's still going to be there. But for me, it's like it is things like they've already talked about. This will help us bring in crossplay and squad play as well. So because you can do like 4 people, they're actually looking at doing games so that you're in a squad together. So it counts also for squad members, like in Fortnite when we play in squads. And also with the money behind it, look at the costumes that Fortnite brings in. If that can come to Fall Guys as well, so you can get Stormtroopers, you can get Avengers, you can get DC people in Fall Guys, that would never ever happen if it was just Mediatonic by themselves. It is really, though, as long as Epic leaves the team behind Mediatonic to get on with things in their own way, I think it's got potential to be very good for the game, and I think it will keep the game alive for longer. Because
people are not happy about this, I have to be honest.
People aren't happy about everything.
And I'm looking, and they're not feeling overly optimistic.
Yeah, but it's not in Epic's interest to grind the game down. You know, they want the game to be successful for money.
Yeah, I mean, we are going to see more microtransactions coming in, aren't we? Let's be honest.
I don't know. It depends how they change it, and not necessarily, because it's not a free game like Fortnite, and it's done by winning crowns. I mean, maybe they'll have slightly more expensive kudos things to try and get people to buy kudos packs, but it's not the big be-all and end-all having the costumes. I mean, it's a time will tell thing, but I think, you know, I'm optimistic with it, that it will help in the long run keep the game going for longer, because Mediatonic by themselves as a small indie development would struggle to be able to get cross-platform play going on everything. Obviously, Fortnite is already everywhere, Rocket League is everywhere, and it's all cross-platform, and that will keep the game alive longer. Once it's out on Xbox and Switch and Steam and I think that's PlayStation, if you've got the player base split between 4 different platforms, that is going to make it harder for the game to sort of progress, because obviously the player base is split about. But once you consolidate it, it's going to keep it going for longer, and I don't want to lose Fall Guys.
How quickly do you think these things are going to come through then?
Well, obviously it's like it's literally just been announced that they're joining the family, so it's going to be several months before the deal is signed.
I think third quarter of this year we'll start to see
I think it will be something to do. I think it will pretty much coincide with when it comes out on Switch and Xbox in the summer.
Yeah, I can see that.
But no, I'm going to remain positive with this.
Okay.
Fall Guys with Epic's money could be very, very good. Could be very, very good. It just depends how much influence Epic wants to put on Mediatonic. If they just let Mediatonic do their own thing, it's not a problem at all. It's not going to be a problem at all. But I do think it's potential to be very, very good for Fall Guys. I mean, it's also got the potential to be very, very bad. But I don't see that because it's not in Epic's best interest to try and change the formula of a game that's no matter what people say on the internet, it's not a dead game. It is a very popular game. It's not in their interest to change that.
So if you were having the last votes coming in for the poll before we close the poll?
I don't know. Where is it? The poll's closed. The poll's closed ages ago. I can only set a 10-minute time limit on it. We're about to review results. The results for the poll. Animal Crossing is going to win with 3 votes. Call of Duty Warzone had 1 vote. Where was your boy? Why didn't he vote?
I don't think he's watching. He's probably eating or playing.
And no one even cares about Coasters of Tsushima, Hades, or The Last of Us Part 2. I knew.
More people voted on how I was going to cut my hair. Perhaps we need to go back to that.
I put it so that they couldn't do multiple votes this time. With your hair, they could do multiple votes. Right. That's like the stories.
It is. Where can they find you, Bestie?
They can find me on Facebook as Ninqueso74 and right here on Twitch where I stream daily. I am also on Twitter, Ninqueso. How about you?
I am on Twitter as gamergirl_Miss GMRGRL_MISSBRIE.
Awesome.
So it's time.
It is.
Are you ready?
We've already heard the a couple of times. I'm ready. I'm born ready.
You're born ready. My God. All right. Do the Batman thing then. In 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Will Epic Games actually help Fall Guys, or will they grind the beans into a smooth coffee? Find out the questions to these answers. Same cheesy time, same cheesy channel.
Actual stories may vary. Okay, don't forget to download us. Give us a like on your favourite podcast. It really does help us out if you can share. Give us some love. Say goodnight, Bestie.
Good night, Bestie.